Hello, everybody, and welcome back once again to this little music review series that we have. We call it Three Fellas Listen on my good friend Liam Huser's YouTube channel. Once again, I'm just a guest, just the host, and I just thank him so much for having me back on Liam Huser YouTube channel.
And again, we listen to it before we go on, not while we're doing the video. A lot of controversy about that. Jack, thanks for coming back on. I'd like to introduce formally my baby brother, CPH.
Hello, hello. I am the baby brother, CPH here.
Yes, you are.
Also known as Colin Patrick Kruiser.
Now, fellas, we're all mic'd up today.
Yeah,
We
got
did
three
it.
mics.
We did it. I feel like I'm a lot louder, so let me adjust that.
One,
Maybe
two, three.
I just
1, 2,
have
3.
a big mouth. Nah, I think we're good. But
Good job, Liam, our host / audio engineer special.
thanks for coming back on, fellas. So,
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for having
the
us.
album we're doing today is another. We've been doing a lot of '60s albums. Does anybody else notice that?
Yeah, I didn't know if that was just the way that the list was.
No. We got more variety coming up. Well, we've had a pretty good variety thus far. We have been on a bit of a blues rock kick between Zeppelin, now this, Highway to Hell, sort of.
Sure.
That's
I'll
a
give it
little
to
more
you.
hard rock, though.
Yeah, I'll give it to
But
you.
today we're doing Wheels and Fire by Cream, 1968. This is their third album. I suppose, what do you fellas know about what you know about Cream?
I've recently started to get into Cream. I've been kind of in a not due to this podcast, but I've been listening to a lot of blues rock recently. So it's in the past few months I've been listening to a lot of Cream. But prior to, like, I don't even know, December, I didn't really listen to them at all. I knew some of their songs, of course, just hearing them over the many years of my life because I'm super old, but it's more of a recent thing for me.
Cream is one of those bands that I feel like everybody else has been more into than I've been into. So I was kind of excited to give them a proper shot. I listened to before this the album that came out before Disraeli Gears.
Disraeli Gears, which is, I believe, also going to be on this list at some point.
I would be surprised if it wasn't. But that was years ago, so I really don't even remember it. But I've never really been. We got a Cream poster that's right in front of me. I've never really been too big of a Cream head.
You're not too big of a Cream head,
Not
huh?
too big of a Cream.
I think
head.
their fans are called Cream Puffs, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I've never been
Are you
too big of a cream puff.
Yeah.
No, I don't believe. I don't believe so. I believe that's a term coined by the LGBTQ homosexual community.
I didn't know that.
Friends of the channel.
Of course.
I could be completely wrong. I don't know. But if that's an offensive term, sorry.
Yeah, I genuinely, if that was, I'm sorry, 'cause I genuinely did
We
not
are
know.
ignorant on the topic.
It might be. It might not be. I truly don't know.
We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I've never been too big into the band Cream, so I was excited to give them a shot, a proper shot.
I know Cream a good bit. I don't know that I've ever. I don't know that I was ever like put their albums on a ton, but I was very in my formative years of rocking out. I mean, they're kind of in the tier below like Beatles, Stones, Queen, Led Zeppelin. They're up there when you're getting into rock music. Like Cream are, like Eric Clapton. Really, all three of them. They're like essential musicians in rock music, especially Clapton, but the other guys too.
Yeah, I have been on a bit of an Eric Clapton kick
Really?
recently. I listened to his MTV Unplugged
Oh, really?
album.
That's on this list too.
It's a very good album. It's
Spoiler.
not my favorite.
Spoiler.
Not my favorite
Ooh.
Unplugged album of all time, but it's very good.
Yeah, and I just want to say to Eric Clapton, I know this was in the '90s, but I'm sorry about your son if you're listening to this.
Yeah.
I know that was a while ago, but that's horrible.
Yeah.
What happened to his son?
Son fell out of a window and died, right?
Yeah, he was like 4. He was being babysat.
Yeah, fell out of a window and died.
wow.
But
yeah.
Clapton
And you're making fun of it.
I
Yeah.
never made fun of it. I just was uninformed on the topic.
and Clapton has been in a lot of bands.
He has.
He got the
Yardbirds.
Yardbirds,
I've never really listened to the Yardbirds. What kind of music is that?
blues rock.
Yeah.
Okay,
Blues,
I might have
early
to listen
blues
to
The
that.
rock.
Yardbirds, and then he was replaced by Jeff Beck and the Yardbirds, and then a guy named Jimmy Page joined on
JP.
rhythm guitar in the
Yeah.
Yardbirds. So they're kind of like the ultimate guitar band when you think about it.
Yeah.
And then he was in John Mayall and the Blues Breakers, where he popularized Les Paul into a Marshall. He was the first guy to do that. And then he was in Cream. And then Blind Faith, that's only one album. Good album. Derek and the Dominoes, obviously,
Classic.
and his solo career.
Forgot that he was in Derek and the Dominoes.
Yeah, so... Yeah, they're also the first... Would you say they're the first power trio in rock?
I don't really know, but it definitely seems that way based off what I've read.
Yeah, you could definitely make that argument.
I've also
yeah.
heard they're the first supergroup in rock.
Also read that.
Probably, yeah. I'll give you that. Why not?
I know Clapton was in John Mayall and the Yardbirds, but Jack Bruce and Ginger Baker were in a band called the Graham Bond Organization. By the way, if I've said this a trillion times, the Ginger Baker documentary is an essential watch, dude. He was a crazy fucking guy.
That guy was
He absolutely nuts. They're also probably the first rock band to be like instrumentally like we have these three monsters on the instrument, and that's like the focus of the sound.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I have my own opinions about Ginger Baker as a drummer. But I do think that, I mean, obviously Eric Clapton's Eric Clapton, and Jack Bruce also kills it. So
Yeah, and you could argue they're the first jam band. Even I was thinking about that.
I think probably, yeah, you can make an argument for it, but I also think that their sound, at least on this album, was kind of very much of their time. They maybe jammed a little bit more than like other bands would, but like you also got to keep in mind like this is like very psychedelic, very hippie.
They
like
came
Summer
out
of Love
before
type stuff. So
I also think they could possibly be the first heavy band, in my opinion. Not like metal, but
I could see where you're coming from.
the wiki listed this as psychedelic rock, blues rock, proto metal.
proto
metal. And I can hear it. I mean, they like the formula's there, I think. And I'm not saying it's not like a headbanging album, but
Right.
yeah, no, this is so it's their third album. It's produced by Felix Pappalardi, who I didn't know was a producer. He was the bassist in Mountain.
It's an all-time name, by the way.
All-time name. I
That's
think he was an
pretty sick
American
name.
bloke.
Yeah.
Yes, but he would later formed the band Mountain with a Mr. Leslie West. That's a really good album. if you
Killer
like this.
singer Leslie West.
Yeah, killer guitar player. too.
Killer
That
cowbell on
album,
song too.
Climbing, is a really good rock album. From
I've
the
only ever
70s.
heard Mississippi Queen.
You should
but
check that out. But
yeah.
Oh, that's I knew the name. I didn't know.
yeah, they have a
what-
lot of cool songs, and they definitely have like a Cream lineage kind of thing going on. But yeah, I guess we could give our opinions when we're done. Should we get right into it, fellas? Should we get right
don't
into
mind
it?
if I do.
I think we should get right into it.
First track, White Room. Jack, why don't you?
I'll lead her
Actually,
off.
why don't we let CPH
Oh, yeah,
lead it off?
let
And
the-
then you
let
go
the kid-
second, I'll
see
go
what
last.
the kid has. See what the kid's got.
I'm an adult, just for the listeners. I'm not actually a kid. Anyway, White Room. So, first track of this album, I think it's friggin' rockin'. I think this is a perfect start to an album. It's definitely one of the songs where I 1000% knew and loved it before I heard this album. I'd say it's probably their most popular song, but this song just rocks. This song's so good. I just think everything about it. I love Jack Bruce's voice. I love just everything. The drums, Clapton playing on it. I just think this song's
Yeah.
rocking. Nothing bad to say about it.
I, CPH, agree with you. I do. This, much like I said in the beginning, Cream as a band kind of always has been like, other people have always been like, oh man, you gotta listen to Cream, And White Room was like the quintessential song for that. Like I never really liked White Room
Interesting.
that much, but I listened to this album probably like 3 or 4 times in preparation for this, and each time I was like, yeah, I was wrong, dude. White Room is a fucking banger. White Room is such a good song. I really like the vocals on it are really good. I think the guitar, like I said, I've been in an Eric Clapton kick recently. I am like a big Eric Clapton fan now. I never really was into like Cream or Eric Clapton or any of these guys before, but now I'm like, hell yeah. These guys
I
are
have
dope.
I have my thoughts on that. I'll give it the end because
Okay.
that's a common opinion, I think.
Yeah.
But do you have anything else you want to say?
Not really. I mean, it's just like a sick way to start the album. This was awesome. I like this song.
I just wanted to say that even to add on to the whole song, of course, is a great opener, but the beginning of it too, and then it just goes right in. After it gives you a little, just like it's calm for a minute there, and then it's just right in your face. I love it.
I love this damn song. I've always loved this song. It is like the perfect rock song, and like there was probably nothing like this at the time. You know what I mean? Like, goddamn, like the guitar riff. Jack Bruce, apparently he wrote this with they had like some guys they were writing this album with, whereas like Jack Bruce had a poet he was working with, and the poet had like a long poem, and they used some of this for. It was like a song about like this guy. He got into an apartment and he was rehabbing, detoxing off drugs and alcohol in this apartment with no furniture, and it was all white. But yeah, no, the whole band. That's what I'm saying. Like Clapton. First of all, yeah, that's like an all-time guitar solo that he rips on this song.
Oh yeah.
Like the wah-wah. I don't really know how many people used wah in that way. Like before that, this I think was more like a. But I think he showed you could take the wah pedal. There's a wah pedal right here. And really, I mean, that's how we all play, us guitar players. That's how we use wah now. We throw it onto the solo and we have a good time. But
Oh yeah.
Jack Bruce lays down First of all, yeah, I like Jack Bruce's voice a lot.
Me too.
He lays down a wicked bass on this song, and Ginger Baker is just back there going nuts. He's just going nuts. I've noticed Ginger Baker, he's one of the most tom-tom-centric rock drummers. Wouldn't you
mean?
say?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like one of the first, and Liam, you might remember this. When me and Liam really started hanging out, was when I was learning the drums to join his band. And one of the first songs I ever learned
Back in
was
'93.
Back in '93. One of the first songs I ever learned on the drums was "Sunshine of Your Love," and it was a really shitty version of it, but it kind of made do. And all that song is just hitting the toms at different parts. Like he barely ever hits the snare or anything else.
He just doesn't give a rat's ass.
He just does not give a rat's ass, old GB.
So the next song, Sitting on Top of the World, which is one of the ones Clapton wanted to do for the album, because Clapton was like, he was kind of the original like blues rock guy. Like he was like, I like blues music. This what I'm into. Like, so he, instead of writing songs for this album, he's like, I want to do some blues covers. And this is one of the ones he picked. CPH, what do you think about this one?
I think this song's great. I don't think I knew this one was a cover prior to, or I didn't find out that this one was a cover until I was reading up on the album. But I love this song. I love the distortion on Clapton's guitar in this.
The woman tone is what they called his tone back then.
Didn't know
Ooh,
that.
interesting.
Yeah.
But I think this song's great. I don't really know what to say. This song rocks.
So I actually knew the original version before this. Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah, I believe it's by a man named Walter Vinson. There's also another version. I think his name's Doc Murdoch or something like that. I don't know. But I knew that version first. And so when I heard this song, I was like, wait a minute.
Hold on.
I said, hold on. And so that was kind of a nice surprise. But yeah, no, I like this song a lot too. I really like it's super blues rock, super cool. There's also like the bass. I like the tone of the bass in this song a lot too. It's very like grungy almost.
He was way ahead of his time on bass.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I think that like this whole album, but this song specifically, so I might repeat this sentiment a few times, but this is very just like 60s psychedelic, like you're just in like a bar or something in 1968 and
On acid or something.
on acid or just fucked up. And it's just a really cool vibe that this album sets in this song specifically. So I like this one a lot. I like this
I also
song.
really enjoy the vocals on this one too, which
Oh,
I do
yeah.
throughout the album.
I
Oh,
also
yeah.
like this one a lot. I knew this song beforehand. I think I've listened to this album before. But, yeah, Jack Bruce is killer on the blues track because he doesn't really have, like, a bluesy voice, but for whatever reason, he can do the blues songs well. And I think that's kind of what made them special is, like, Clapton seems like such a blues traditionalist, and he seems like he just wants to do blues music. But it seems like with Jack Bruce and Ginger Baker, who I think came from a more jazz background, he wasn't ever going to be able to do that fully. So I liked how laid back this is. And, yeah, he puts on a clinic on the guitar on this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I like this one a lot. What's the next one? Passing the Time?
Again, really enjoyed this song. I like how this one starts off. It gives you like a little snippet of the rockiness. But then it goes into like a frolicky, whimsical, like I'm a little fairy prancing
This
around.
is the one that starts with the
yeah, and then it goes into like a I don't even know. I think there's some strings in it, some weird keyboards or whatever.
Yeah, Felix Pappalardi played a lot of extra instruments on the album.
And then it just goes right back into it, and it's just it's like dirty, it's rocking. I just love it.
Yeah, I wrote down on my notes about this one, I certainly respect it probably more than I enjoy it. I think it sounded a lot like early like Pink Floyd and early The Who.
For sure.
And I always respect people trying to experiment new things, especially back then when the music scene was really just wide open. So it's interesting thinking about like hearing this album came out 2 or 3 years after an album like Temptation Sing Smokey.
Yeah, 3 years after it.
Because they're so different. Even like, I mean, obviously musically they're different because
Right.
the Temptations and Cream make completely different music, but also like even like ideologically, where it's like Temptation Sing Smokey is just like very, very like formulaic and not that that's a bad thing, but very like, you know, like industry backed and like this is what you do to sell records versus Cream is like we're trying whatever the fuck we
Yeah,
want.
that's a really good observation, actually.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Liam.
It's all right.
But yeah, I do very much respect this song, but it wasn't necessarily my cup of tea.
So when this one first came on and it started to get in, I'm not like a huge, biggest psychedelic rock guy ever. Like sometimes I think I'm like, it can be psychedelic just to be psychedelic. So when the middle section started, I'm like, okay. But then that middle part where where they're singing just passing the time, Jack Bruce's, and they start freaking out on the instruments. Like Ginger Baker's back there just going fucking nuts.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
he's just going nuts.
Definitely
Dude.
throughout the album, you notice
And-
he just loves to go crazy.
Yeah, he's. I mean, I guess you had Keith Moon before this, but not by much.
Yeah,
I mean.
I would say they're very much the same. Like, I don't think either of them were necessarily inspired by the other.
Right, but like, yeah, definitely like pushing rock drums, and like maybe even like the production. They're like, we need to hear the drums more because this guy is going nuts.
Yeah.
And Clapton's got one of the all-time best guitar tones, in my opinion.
I definitely agree.
Yeah, Eric Clapton is so far at this point on the album blowing me away. Like, I'm like, yeah.
He's also, this is when he still played the Gibson for all the guitar guys out there. This is before he moved to the Fender Strat. So, little tidbit. Yeah, I gotta be honest. I like the damn song. I like the song a lot.
All right, next is As You Said.
As I said or as you said?
As You Said.
You said.
Okay.
This one's definitely a little different as of the current vibe of the album. I don't think there's any drums on this one.
No Clapton on either. The only song Clapton does not play on.
Yeah, so this one's I think it's just an acoustic guitar, and then I believe a cello is the strings. But I enjoy this one a lot. I think that it's just I don't know, it's a slightly different sound, but it still has that same, it's like you just kind of make a stank face to it, you know what I mean?
Still got the psychedelic feel
yeah,
to it.
yeah, and I think now that I think about it, I definitely enjoy that psychedelic rock sound a lot, and I look for it in music, but don't really notice that I'm looking for it.
Yeah. I agree and disagree with that. I mean, I love psychedelic rock and stuff, but this is very much like I prefer the 70s psychedelic rock stuff. Like, I love... There might not be a band I love more than 70s Pink Floyd. Like, and I think if you listen to like early like 60s Pink Floyd, you can kind of hear the natural progression. But the thing with Cream is I much more prefer them being like
Rocking out with their cocks out.
rocking out with their cocks out, yeah, and like blues rocky and just like ugh. I'm not a smoker, but God, I want to smoke a cigarette when I when I hear some
Oh yeah.
some Cream blues rock.
What year did Animals come out?
77.
77.
Yeah, 77.
I think that's my favorite Pink Floyd album.
That's not a bad choice.
I think I agree, Colin.
That's not a bad choice. The Wall is maybe my favorite album ever, so I gotta say
That's
that.
fair.
But
That's a good pick too.
Animals is a very good album. But this is a Cream video, so let's
Well,
we'll talk about those albums, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, we'll talk. There'll be no shortage of Pink Floyd talk
Yeah.
on this, but I like this one a lot too. What surprised me is how much I'm like, damn, this really reminds me of Led Zeppelin 3. This has a total like Friends, the
Yeah, I
song
can see
Friends.
that. Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh, okay. I'm with you. I do prefer when they are kind of just letting loose. I think that's what Cream are best at. But I appreciate that they were pushing the envelope here with what they were capable of doing. And yeah, I like this song a lot. I like it. That's all I got to say. It's a nice one. It was just this one surprised me.
All right.
So the next song
Pressed
is what I've
Rat
been
and
most looking
Warthog.
forward to talk about.
Yeah.
This is one of the 3 songs Ginger Baker helped write, and he takes lead vocals on this one. Pressed Rat and Warthog.
I really enjoyed this song. It's kind of goofy. Like, I think that, I don't know, when you're listening to it, I feel like you kind of have to realize that.
Selling atonal apples.
Yeah. Like, well, first of all, I feel bad for the Pressed Rat and Warthog. They closed down their shop. Like,
Yeah.
it seems like nobody really saw it coming. Nobody really wanted it to happen.
Song if you changed it, the lyrics.
Selling
Yeah.
atonal apples.
Yeah. If they were like, if he was just singing more about how they were closing down their shop, and he went
closing
more
down
on that.
a deli.
Yeah, or something like that.
But I mean, he's just telling a story, and the backing track behind it, I just think is really good. It's kind of a goofy song. I think when you're listening, just based off the title, you kind of are listening. You're going into it thinking this is probably going to be a goofy song. So if you just embrace it, and you're like, this actually does kind of rock.
Yeah, no, I can definitely see that. I don't agree. I did not like this song, to be honest. I've said it once. I'll say it again. I can respect trying new things, but
There's a line.
there's a line where it's like, just because you're trying a new thing doesn't mean I'm gonna like it or that it's good. This was just like, all right, what are we doing here, dude? Like, it sounded like a poetry reading, kind of like a slam poetry
But
almost.
they like only wrote like the first part of it.
But they only wrote the first part of it, and they're English, so it's kind of like already worse. But I just was like, I didn't. The backing track was cool and stuff, but I don't even know what atonal apple is.
Couldn't tell you what that is.
So
Couldn't tell you what a pressed rat is.
So I know what a warthog is at least.
Is
But-
it warthog or do you say warthog?
I'm a warthog kind of guy.
I'm a warthog
100%.
kind of guy, but I respect my warthog.
I don't think
Where
I
my
do
warthogs
respect
at?
the warthog.
All
Yeah,
right.
this song, it's funny.
Yeah, that's why I like it.
It
It's
is
funny.
apparently, Ginger Baker said it's a kind of an inside joke.
Yeah, I
but-
read that.
I do think it's funny how Eric Clapton just starts ripping on the guitar at the end of it.
Also, I love that there's like a minute at the end where they are rocking. still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, it's not like the worst song I've ever heard, but
They were probably like, we need to add this something at the end.
we can't just have a atonal apples poem.
Yeah.
But you know, Ginger Baker was like, if you add,
If you
anything,
fucking change anything, I'm
I'm
leaving the
out
band.
of the band.
Yeah, he was crazy. You need to watch that movie about him.
I
It
definitely
is
will.
seriously the best documentary about a
Yeah.
musician I've ever seen.
The ending is so fun. Yeah,
Don't spoil
the
it. Don't
ending?
spoil it.
I won't.
I won't.
But it
yeah.
is like, wow. This
Have you
guy's
seen the
insane.
interview with him and Chad Smith and the guy, the documentarian?
No.
So the guy who did the documentary was a younger guy, and I think he read an article about Ginger Baker and was like, I gotta shoot. I think he was a rock fan, but he was like, I gotta.
Yeah.
So he moved to Africa to live with Ginger Baker to film the documentary.
yeah.
And they're doing an interview with Ginger Baker afterwards, like probably at the screening, and it's Chad Smith from the Chili Peppers, the documentarian, who at this point knows Ginger Baker very well. Like he lived
probably
with
like
him for a
these
few months.
These motherfuckers.
And Ginger Baker's in a recliner like this. He's just laying there with the sunglasses on, and they're like trying to light a cigarette for him, and he just goes like, and they're like asking him questions, and he's just laying there like, I don't remember.
I believe Ginger Baker one time broke like a paparazzi person's hand with his cane or something
wow.
like that.
No, this was the documentarian.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
a documentary, and I think it wasn't like the paparazzi or the documentarian was like trying to get in his face or anything. I think he was trying to run away from Ginger Baker.
Yeah.
And then Ginger Baker came back with his cane.
He
and broke
was
his
a
hand.
crazy dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no documentary. They're like, he's very big. He's a jazz guy, and he's like very into himself. And he's like, John Bonham, he couldn't swing a sack of shit. Mooney, ask them if they were alive. He's just like a wicked, crude guy.
Yeah.
But the next song, Politician, right?
Yeah.
CP?
This song's the lyrics are quite strange, but I think I enjoy this song a lot. I don't really know if there's the guitar's like it's aggressive, like it's kind of heavy.
Avi, as they would say.
Yeah, heavy. But
Ginger.
He hates metal too, Ginger Baker.
Does he
I'm
really?
not surprised by that.
He hates being told that he was associated and inventing the genre. He hates that.
But again, I think the vocals on this song are great. I really enjoy this one. I think everything about it's great.
I loved this song. This song this song was sick, dude. That riff is that thing is awesome. And then the vocals come in over it, and they're just like laid back, like I'm a politician.
Damn, I thought Jack Bruce was here.
That shit is my
Also, killer name, Jack Bruce.
Jack Bruce. I share a name with Jack Bruce.
So
Jump.
What
Jack
kind
Bruce.
of car do you think that they're trying to get this person into?
Like a
all
old
black
Chevrolet.
caddy, baby?
Yeah, that's kind of what I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also like this song a lot, Jack. This is what you want from Cream.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. This shit gets me all pumped
Yeah,
up.
it's
Hell
a
yeah, dude.
killer riff. I love how they let Clapton overdub just a lead track on it, where
Yeah.
he's just the whole time ripping. I think the lyrics are actually pretty damn cool. I like where he's going, I support the left, but I'm something to the right.
Something to the right.
It's cool that it's like such a blues lyric, but they're modernizing it to be relevant. And I don't know how serious they were. I think they were probably just writing a song.
Yeah, I mean, Lord knows that England in the 60s had their fair share of political strife.
Yeah, right. I mean, also, this is like 3 years after Kennedy was shot, so, like,
Oh, yeah, you're true.
you know.
You are true.
Yeah, no, this is a great one, man. This is a
Yeah.
great song. What's next? Those Were the Days.
Those were the days.
Yeah, those were the days. Again, I'm gonna say it probably for every song. Maybe I enjoyed this song a lot. This one had some nice. I don't know if they were bells or like a xylophone or what, but
Classic church bell.
it was. I thought it was quite interesting and different. Let me see what I wrote down for this one. This one I think more sounds like a it's less jammy, I'd say, more like a typical rock song. But I enjoy the tone of Jack Bruce on this one. I just think this is a good song.
I for the most part agree. There was the first half of the song. I couldn't exactly put my finger on why, but I was like not crazy about it. But then that guitar solo came, and oh my god, that freaking rocked, dude. Not only the guitar, but also Jack Bruce and Ginger Baker in the back were laying it down, dude. Like they went fucking nuts in that solo. So that kind of saved it for me. But I couldn't, like I said, couldn't exactly put my finger on why in the first half. And also, you love a good church bell. That was a good one. But
Hopefully
yeah,
no one
that's
heard
kinda
that.
how I-
Yeah, I like this one a lot. This is probably the most straightforward, like, just let's write a song kind
Yeah.
of thing. It's another Ginger Baker penned one. Yeah, Jack Bruce is such a slept-on singer. He's more of like an if you know you know kind of
Yeah.
vocalist, but he's a really damn good vocalist.
Yeah, I'd never really thought of that. I'd say like when I was in my recent endeavors into Cream, but listening to this album so much, I was like, man, I really do enjoy his vocals and just the tone of his singing.
I think he's ahead of his time vocally. Like he kind of brings like a bit of an operatic
I could
touch
see
to his
that.
vocals.
Yeah, I can
And
see
that became a lot more common in like when you get to like the 80s with like Bruce Dickinson,
Yeah.
Ronnie Dio, those type of guys, where it's not like actually opera, but it's like very like powerful, like vibrato driven vocals. It's not just straight ahead like blues rock, which I love that too. Like we all love Robert Plant, and he doesn't do that really at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is a cool song.
Next one is Born Under a Bad Sign.
CPH.
This one I didn't know was a cover originally, and then I was just messing around in some playlist on Spotify, and I saw a Jimi Hendrix cover of it, and I was like, huh, didn't know this was a cover. Then I found out it
He
was.
also did Sunshine of Your Love.
I didn't know that.
I did not know that either.
But this one, it's a classic. I think it's so great. It's so bluesy. It's just, this one rocks.
I like this one a lot too. I would have preferred it to be a little bit slower, a little bit more bluesy, I think. But definitely not one of the worst songs on the album. I also didn't know that this was a cover. But astrologers, shout out to people who think that their astrological sign matters. I'm a Libra.
You really think that that's what these guys are thinking?
I mean, I don't know that that's what they were thinking, but that's what the song's about.
I
so.
think they were
Very
thinking
true.
Eric Clapton was like, let's cover this one. I like this song a lot. I'll say this. I know the original quite well. It's Albert King, who
Yeah.
is one of the finest electric blues players. By the way, Sinners, great
Oh
great
my
movie.
God, dude. Have you seen that movie?
I think I don't really remember. I was either like half
So,
paying
no.
attention to it or
Dude,
something.
you got to watch that. That movie
Dude,
is fucking
it's-
blew my mind.
Yeah, it was really cool for a modern movie to pay homage. Because, I've said this before. It's like, we grew up playing rock music, but I really feel like I learned, like, at the root of it, I'm a blues musician. Because that's, like, what I learned to do originally.
You'd probably fucking play bluegrass if you were back there.
No,
and
I
that's-
didn't-
Yeah,
no, I don't
you'd
fucking
probably-
play
you'd probably
bluegrass.
fucking play
No,
bluegrass.
I would play the blues, dude. I'd
You'd
be
probably
like
play
Clapton. You
bluegrass.
kidding me? I'd be
You'd
like
probably fucking
Clapton.
play bluegrass.
I
But
would
dude,
actually.
seriously though, you gotta fucking.
Yeah, no,
that
that's a
movie
great
was
movie.
Such a good movie.
I feel like I watched it. I just don't know. I don't really remember.
Watch it again and pay attention, dude.
All right,
Oh
I
my
might.
God.
Michael B.
You're
Jordan.
gonna have to pay me.
Is an
MBJ.
awesome
Does it have a
actor.
good soundtrack? I assume
It does.
Is what
Yeah,
you're
it
alluding
does
to.
have a
Buddy
very good
Guy's in
soundtrack,
it, who is another electric
Buddy
blues
Guy,
legend,
yeah. I
who
know
actually
Buddy Guy.
played with.
Haley Steinfeld.
I think he played with.
I don't
Cream
know if
back
I know
in
who
the
that
day.
is.
She's married to Josh Allen.
Boo.
Boo. We all can agree on that.
Yeah, boo.
F the Bills.
F
Yeah,
the
F the
Bills.
freaking Bills. But
They should
I
just move
actually,
to Canada.
Jack, would have preferred a little more energy on this one because I prefer the original version. And this is one of my all-time favorite blues songs. And Albert King, like, he had such a swagger on his version and confidence that I don't know that. Like, I feel like Jack Bruce was kind of laying back on this one. I could have gotten a little more from Jack Bruce vocally on this one.
Yeah, I
Like,
could agree.
I
with
think that obviously, like, I said this all the time, but like Clapton, anytime he touches a guitar, he's going to play one of the best things you ever heard on. He just is, without a doubt, one of the best. I don't care what anybody says. Clapton is one of the all-time greatest guitar players
Yeah.
in any genre ever. He actually like changed how people play the guitar.
Yeah.
So he's amazing. But yeah, I like this one though. And then
Hey,
the
you know what
last
they
one
say.
on the studio side is
Deserted Cities of the Heart.
yeah.
Yeah. If it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have no luck at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a great line.
That is a great line.
You got to hear the Albert King version though, I'm telling you.
So Deserted Cities of the Heart. This one I think was the other song on the album that sounded more like not like a typical rock song, but more formulaic for a normal rock song, I'd say. But I enjoyed this one a lot. I don't know if you'd call it like the bridge of the song, but
Bridge, yeah.
when it slows down and there's some strings.
Ginger Baker goes ballistic.
Yeah. I love this song is definitely, I don't think I realized it, spoilers, maybe one of my favorites on the album, but I definitely didn't even kind of pick up on it until my later listens of the album. But this one's great. I also love Jack Bruce's how he's singing on this one. This one's just great. Clapton's solo freaking rocks. And then Ginger Baker's just going absolutely bonkers.
Oh yeah.
This song rocks.
Yeah, I'll spoil it too. This is my favorite song in the album. This
Really?
song fucking kills, dude. Especially those strings, like you were saying, like I guess whatever you want to call it, the bridge. That like sold it for me when I heard that for the first time. I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. And then yeah, Ginger was going.
You right over there?
Yeah, for the audio listeners, CPH just took a sniff of his own armpit.
Yeah, I was sitting here and I was like, I feel like I'm kind of sweating a little bit.
But yeah, no, this song was killer. I loved this song. I think yeah, the strings were really cool. Ginger Baker absolutely killed it. And I guess I'll go into that a little bit. So
Save that to the end. 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 I also. Do you have anything else you want to say about it?
No, not really.
I like this song a lot too. I agree that middle section with the strings is awesome, but the live version of this on I think it's Live Cream 2 just absolutely obliterates this version.
I
So
think I've only listened to Live Cream.
Live Cream 2 has more songs from this era. Yeah, the live version, it's hard to listen. This is one of the live version of this, just in my head, smokes this version. So
definitely gotta
I do
give that a
like it,
listen
but
then.
the live version of this is just so damn good.
We gotta listen to that on the way home then.
Yeah, I'll play it, dude. It's really good. But now it's the live at the Fillmore half, which is pretty
Disc
cool. That
2.
I don't know that anyone was really doing this before. This was also the first double album to get sold as platinum, interestingly enough.
Oh wow, I didn't know.
There wasn't
that.
a ton of double albums at the time, I guess, right?
Oh, I thought the Beatles would have made one.
Yeah, the White Album was the same year. This must have come out first, though.
Yeah.
Because there's no way that didn't go platinum.
Yeah, I feel like all their albums probably would have had platinum.
Yeah. All right, so first song,
Crossroads.
Crossroads.
I love this song. I think that this song definitely, from more listening to their live stuff, it just sounds like each of them are doing their own solo, but it's all at the same time. I think listening to the Cream live is kind of ridiculous. I feel like if you don't like understand what's going on, then it'd kind of be hard to pick up on. But I think that they're all just going absolutely crazy. Like, I read this somewhere, and it makes complete sense. Like, you can kind of hear how the band wasn't going to last just because they're all just trying to
Yeah.
they're all just
That's
trying to
actually a
go
good point, yeah.
absolutely crazy. But it works so well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get in more to that at the end. But Jack, Crossroads?
I mean, come on. What are we doing?
Come
on, dude. It's Crossroads. This is like
The blues.
the blues song. Like, this is probably the most famous blues rock song ever. Maybe.
Originally Robert Johnson, I think, right?
Yeah. Maybe like Whipping Post gives it a run for its money.
Oh, I
but, like,
love Whipping Post.
But like,
Whipping Post.
dude, like every blues rocker ever is like
I've played this one
it's
live.
fucking Crossroads, dude. Come on. I do agree with you, CPH, that everybody's kind of trying to do their own thing, and that it sounds really good, but
Yeah.
it wasn't really gonna last.
It was
super long.
it's lightning in a bottle.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
tell.
yeah. Which usually, when everybody's trying to do their own thing, it sounds terrible. But these guys figured out how to make it sound cool. But yeah, I mean, this is like an iconic all-time song.
One of the
It's
best probably live performances ever.
one of the best live performances ever. Yeah,
the
for
only
sure.
song Clapton takes lead vocals on this album.
Oh, yeah,
actually.
interesting.
Yeah. A lot of people will say that this is Clapton's best guitar solo of all time.
Yeah, I did read that.
Like this is top 110 guitar solos. This is on there usually. I don't know that I feel like this smokes. I don't like put this on a pedestal above his other lead work just 'cause he's got so many. But yeah, I mean, he kills it on this. It's a great song. I don't really have much more to say about it. It's iconic. If you don't know this song, have you been living under a rock?
Yeah.
Like, this is an amazing song. So then the next one is Spoonful.
This one I could definitely see where you were saying how Jack Bruce is operatic. I think that's the word you used with some of the vocals on this
Uh-huh.
one. But this one again is an absolute jam where everyone's just going crazy. I think it's impressive that they're able to keep. I don't know, live bands like this, when they're able to play a song for 15 minutes and keep you engaged the whole time, it's extremely impressive in my opinion. Just while I'm listening, I'm like, this is the same song, damn. and it's like you're still engaged, you're still actively enjoying it. But again, this song rocks.
I usually with jam, I mean, I like jam songs. I don't want to know if I want to call them a jam band.
Right.
But with songs that go on for 15, 20 minutes, with exception of Prague, like Rush and stuff, I don't usually like it. Mainly because whenever I hear a jam band, I'm like, I would much rather just be playing it. I guess I kind of get jealous.
I feel the same way.
I'm like, I like it. Just like I see that, I'm like, and there are plenty like I enjoy Fish, I enjoy Grateful Dead, things like that. I've never been to either one of their shows live. They're
I've seen both.
definitely not my favorite type of music, but I enjoy them. But with things like this, it just kind of goes on a little bit long, I think, for me. A little bit long in the tooth, as they say. The only, like, main, like, rock guys, I guess, that, like, hard rock guys that can go on for this long that still keep me, like, engaged the whole time is probably Led Zeppelin. They can jam with the best of them, but...
Yeah, they're a bit... The Zeppelin's jams, though, they're a little more put together. Like, I feel like they're not truly jamming. I feel like a lot of the times they kind of have it planned out.
That is probably true. But yeah, with stuff like this, it's like it just goes on a little long for me. So
I'm with you, Jack. But I really like this one. Like, first of all, the song itself is really cool. Like, the original version, I think it's on their first album. But this is cool. I like the original song, Spoonful. I think it's Howlin' Wolf maybe does it. But yeah, no, this is another example. Like, this is like heavy before heavy, like the bow now, bow now, bow now. The riff is killer. I feel like, like kind of what Jack said, like with the jam bands, like it is. I'd much rather do it than listen to it. And like I've seen jam bands live, but like this song is the classic example why a lot of the times I don't buy the jam band shtick, is because like. These guys are not a jam band, but I'll be damned if any jam band could put on something. This is like incendiary what they're doing. Like
that is a good
this
point.
This is kind of they're just all. It's like they're not even listening to each other, but they're pulling it together somehow. You know what I mean?
I've read somewhere that on this one, it's I guess when they'd perform it, it would just be Ginger Baker and Jack Bruce kind of competing, and then
they hated each other.
And then didn't know that. And then Eric Clapton's just kind of actively just making it work, which is so impressive that it's just they're able to be dueling, you could say, and then Clapton's just piecing it together as he goes while he's listening to what they're doing.
Yeah.
I have a theory on why Cream work, because they are very hectic.
I'm all ears.
I think it's because before Clapton was in Cream, this is like when he was in the Yardbirds, like famously someone did graffiti and said Clapton is God. Like he was blowing people's minds at the time. So I think that's why they got Eric Clapton, is like he's this like guitar prodigy at the time. But Jack Bruce and Ginger Baker were very much from like the jazz ear background. And they also fucking hated each other. So, yeah, like, I think that they were doing the jazz thing where it's like everyone, they're pulling off each other. And Clapton was not a jazz guy. He was like a blues purist. And I think what makes it work is like the rhythm section is being restrained by Clapton just wanting to play blues. He wants to do the blues. He plays blues music. So they have to like refine it so that Clapton can solo in that style. And I think that's why it works, is like Clapton is almost like, interestingly enough, when he's soloing, he's like the guy that's holding the band together.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Yeah,
if you listen to
absolutely.
pretty much any other rock band, it's the rhythm section is letting this guitar solo guy, like they're backing him. It seems like it's the opposite way with Cream, though.
I definitely agree. There are a lot of times where I'll be listening to Clapton doing a solo in this, and then midway through I'll realize, like, oh shit, Ginger Baker has been going crazy this whole time, and so has Jack Bruce.
So the next song, Colin, take it away.
Train Time?
Yeah.
I really enjoy this song. It's definitely weird. It's different, but I mean, it feels like you're on a train. Like, it's pretty impressive if you ask me. I think this song rocks. The harmonica's crazy. I've never heard someone use a harmonica like that. Usually, it's just kind of like, I don't know, tidbits.
You've never heard
vocals.
Train by Blackfoot, then?
I haven't.
Check that one out.
I'm not too in touch with the harmonica world, I guess.
Never heard of Run Around by Blues Traveler.
Oh yeah, true.
But I like this song a lot. The drums I think are pretty damn cool in it. It's definitely convincing. If I closed my eyes and was maybe on a lot of drugs, I'd think, oh, I'm on a train right now.
My favorite early 60s train themed song is definitely still Marrakesh Express.
Oh, that's a good one.
Shout out to Marrakesh Express.
I like Train Kept a Rolling.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one too. But
This one really embraces the train vibes.
yeah, this one really does.
This one is the
I
train
do respect
itself.
That. I do respect that this does embrace the train vibes. Other than Crossroads, is probably my favorite of the live songs. I do agree. I like the harmonica. I like the drums a lot as well. Other than that, it didn't necessarily blow me away. It kind of was just okay for me. Yeah, not much too else to say about it.
Yeah, from what I understand, it was kind of like Felix Pappalardi wanted to. They had Toad and they had like Spoonful and Crossroads, so he wanted something to showcase Jack Bruce more.
Yeah.
So they put this on there. I enjoy it though. I mean, it's just it's a jam of him screaming and playing harmonica with Ginger
He was
Baker
probably
in the
having a lot of
background.
fun doing this.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I enjoy it. I mean, that's the thing about like live albums it's a different vibe than a studio album. Like you can have like more of a performance oriented kind of thing going on, and I'll enjoy it. You know.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I read somewhere that Clapton's playing on this just like very quietly in the background to fill in at certain points, like in between harmonica or vocals. I could not hear it in the slightest. Like I was tempted to look up, like his guitar playing soloed out on this song, but I don't even know if I believe it. I really could not hear it.
They were all on drugs. They don't know what they're talking about. Oh, last song.
Toad. I think this song's good. Again, I mean, you kind of like what Liam was saying. Listening to live music, you have to know going into it that there might be songs that are less songs. It's more just a show of a skill,
Especially for this era.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's just going Ginger Baker's just going crazy. Like, it's quite impressive what he's doing on this song. It's maybe not the kind of song you'd sit down and just listen to or be like, oh, I want to listen to Toad right now. But listening to it on a live album, I think this song's great.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I mean,
Here's the big shot over here, the drum player.
Oh.
well, I know. I do agree with everything you're saying. I think, and I'm okay. Do you want me to get my opinions on Ginger Baker right now, or do you want me to wait till after?
I mean, this is the last song.
That's your call.
All right. I'll
Shoot your shot.
Okay. So Ginger Baker is objectively very talented and very.
I was gonna make an explosion sound like after you made your take.
Okay. He's very good, but I think him and honestly a lot of the drummers of this time I just don't really like that much.
Boom.
And Liam knows how I feel about Keith Moon. Keith Moon, I think, is like the poster child for this type of drumming.
But you did Phil Rudd. You were an avid Phil
you're
Rudd
right.
hater.
I was
and
a Phil
he
Rudd
came around
hater.
on Phil
I
Rudd
was
on
a
the
Phil Rudd-
AC/DC album.
I was a Phil Rudd hater, and I definitely came around to Phil Rudd on that AC/DC album. I didn't necessarily come around to Ginger Baker as much. I did come a little bit around to Ginger Baker, but I still kind of think like I just don't at all understand people who put Ginger Baker and Keith Moon and to a much lesser extent, I'll say Bill Ward from Black Sabbath in the same conversation as like John Bonham and Neil Peart and like all those drummers just blow them out of the fucking water, dude. I'm sorry, but it's not even close. Like if you listen to like Keith Moon or someone like that, it's literally just like he's just going crazy on the drums, which is like, I'm not saying that takes no skill. That's absolutely not. He's very, very good. He's a very, very good drummer, but it's just like it's not even to me, not even a competition in terms of how hard it is, how good it sounds, how well it serves the song. Not even a competition to someone like John Bonham or some of these other drummers that like even someone who like, I mean, it's hard to compare like Neil Peart to them because he plays the drums so differently, but like I just don't like. I just don't. I just don't get it. I don't get the hype around people who lose their minds over Keith Moon and Ginger Baker and stuff.
I just wanted to quickly add, I forgot to mention this. I don't know if you guys had seen this anywhere, but Taylor Swift had covered Crossroads,
Oh my god!
and all her fans were saying she's such a better blues guitarist than
Oh my
Clapton,
God, that
and it's
pisses me
absolutely
off.
ridiculous.
Yeah, that see that's the
that's the last. That's the last damn straw.
That's the last straw with old T Swift.
Yeah,
man. You had me. She had me until that, and then she tried to cover Moby Dick.
ridiculous.
Tried to scream like Bon Scott.
No.
And then trying to do Crossroads, a blues guitar.
This is the last damn straw.
like Eric Clapton. Yeah, that's right. Everybody's a fan of the Liam Huser YouTube channel. All you Liam Huser heads out there, we're standing up now. We're going against Taylor Swift now. Type in the comments anti-Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Just grinds my gears.
This
grinds
grinds
my
my gears.
gears,
This
man.
really pisses me off. Now, Jack.
Hold on, real quick. It grinds my Disraeli gears.
Oh, nice, dude. Nice.
Little cream
That's
joke
good.
for
That
you.
was good. That was
Little
good.
cream joke for you.
Okay, so this is gonna be a two-parter for me. I like this song. I usually when I knew this song before, and I know this is old Gingy's showcase, and when coming into this, I was like, oh boy, here we go, long drum solo. I love the drums. One of my more favorite instruments. I'm really into drummers. Like I follow them. I'll follow their careers. Like if there's a really good drummer, I'll check out all the albums they're on. But dude, I honestly, first of all, I like how it goes right from Train Time out into this. So I bumped my hand somehow, but
Yeah, and I see the clip on my audio track. So.
that's pretty good. But yeah, no, I actually enjoyed this one. Now, here's the second part, Jack. I'm gonna give you props where it's due.
Real quick, I just want to preface with that we've been having this conversation for probably about 10 years at this point.
Yes.
but go ahead.
But now it's finalized because we've actually both listened to it and gone in depth. Now, Jack, you are a very talented drummer. You're one of the best drummers I know, and I like playing with you.
Tell me more.
You know
tell
what
me
you're
more.
talking about on drums, okay? I'm sorry, man. This is just an awesome drum solo to me. I just really like it. Like you mentioned, to me, I don't understand how this is so far off from Bonham. Like to me, this even kind of sounds like Bonham in spots, like with the whole.
Yeah, I agree with that. I
But
think this is almost
No,
like a
I like
Moby
the
Dick.
drum solo a lot. I completely get why Ginger Baker gets the credit he's due, is because the drumming on this, we've all said it a lot, is, I'm not saying it's hard. I mean, I couldn't do it, certainly. I'm not saying he's the most technical. And yeah, like, Neil Peart, he's kind of like, he's in a damn prog band, and it's like,
we shouldn't compare.
but like
Neil
Bonham, let's
Peart.
say. And Bonham is probably my favorite drummer ever. But I think Bonham also had the advantage of having much bigger, bombastic production, which you can credit to Jimmy Page. And I think that has a lot to do with it. Now, I don't know, dude. I just like, through this whole album, Ginger is just playing up a storm. And like, yeah, I mean, he kind of is doing he's kind of doing his own version, I think. God, if he rest in peace, by the way, Jack Bruce and Ginger Baker. If Ginger Baker heard this, he'd have a conniption. He's kind of doing his own jazzier version of the Keith Moon thing, where he's like, I'm going to go ballistic. I'm not going to just keep a beat. I'm going to go off the cuff.
Yeah.
I like Ginger Baker a lot. I've always liked him as a drummer. I probably like him more now than I ever have.
I will say I do. Having listened to this album, I probably like Ginger Baker more than I like Keith Moon at this point. Keith Moon is my. I'm a Keith Moon op. I'm just gonna say it. The Who. I like. I mean, I can. I don't really necessarily even like The Who that much. If I'm being completely honest. I know that. Listen. I know. All right. Relax. I think I like The Who, but it's not like I just don't like them as much as everybody else. And maybe once we listen to a Who album, which is inevitably going to be on this list,
They'll be on here at least twice.
yeah, maybe I'll come around a little bit more. But I have heard Who, or was it Who's Next, right?
Yes.
I have listened to that one all the way through,
I
and
don't think I've ever listened to The Who all the way through any of the albums.
they have some good jams for sure. Pinball Wizard, come on, I like, but like. When in terms of drumming, it's just like sloppy to me. Like it just sounds sloppy, and I guess like I get that and the biggest thing in comparison to Bonham is Bonham was not sloppy, dude. Like he was on time.
It was to me more of a, instead of like a jazz drummer, he had more of an R&B flair. Where he was
for
very
sure.
focused on keeping a groove.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think people resonated with that because we don't realize it, but we like to move to that
yeah.
groove.
Can't
Yeah.
really move around.
Whereas
the
Ginger
toes.
Baker was like,
yeah.
he's got no swing, mate.
Yeah. And I do hear the comparisons between Ginger and John Bonham for sure, but it's like Ginger Baker is not writing "Fool in the Rain." I'm sorry, he's not doing that.
Oh, that's such a great song.
He's not doing that. drum
Similarly,
beat.
John Bonham could never do Ginger Baker's Air Force side project, jazz fusion side project, or be a politician in Africa.
that is true. You could not be a politician in Africa. I
Whoa,
don't know about Air Force.
I haven't seen the movie, guys. I didn't know he was a politician.
You
in
need to
Africa.
go home tonight and watch that movie.
I might.
Yeah.
How much is it?
And then watch Sinners after that.
yeah.
I think Sinners is on Amazon.
It's on
It's
HBO
probably
Max.
like $3 to rent it on.
I'll just buy it. I'll buy it, and then I'll watch it 10 times, and then
It's
I'll
a
give
really
you guys
good
a review. And then
documentary.
I'll do a solo video on the Liam Hughes where I'm just talking about the documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so good. Have you watched it?
I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Yeah. We should watch it.
It is like
It's
very,
so
It
good.
is very entertaining.
He is an interesting guy. Whether
Yeah.
you are a fan of his drumming or even of the band or not, like, also like hearing the other guys, like they had like Chad Smith, the guy from the Grateful Dead, who all these drummers, and it's like I think growing up at the time, he was a very much like before Bonham, he was the guy, and of course Keith Moon too, but. The Who were kind of a different kind of band. They're not as like jammy or heavy as Zeppelin or Cream.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Cream, they are one of the most talented rock bands in my opinion.
For sure.
From on paper,
Sure,
if you put
yeah.
the three guys together, I think they're one of the best rhythm sections. I think they're up there with JPJ and John Bonham. They're up there with Keith Moon and John Entwistle, but I don't necessarily think they get the credit as those guys do. But I think a lot of that is because they were only around for 2.5 years. And what
did
they
a very
did
short span,
in 2.5 years is crazy.
Impeccable.
And I think Clapton is a dinosaur now, and he's been doing music for years, and he's probably most known for his solo stuff at this point. But Cream and John Mayall too. But this is where Clapton became like, he is absolutely like one of the
Goats.
of guitar. Like he's like up there with Jimmy Page and Hendrix to me.
Oh yeah, he's a guitar.
As a matter of fact, I would even say from a pure guitar perspective, I probably like him more than Jimmy Page. But Jimmy Page, like for me as a guitar player, has been more influential in like his vision and his style. But like from a pure lead guitar perspective, there's really no one that is better than Clapton. I mean, there might be a few guys that I prefer more, but he's so good.
Yeah. I'm on an Eric Clapton kick right now.
Yeah.
And he is blowing my.
What
Shoes
would
and
you
socks
say is your?
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you think is his best era? Then do you think it's this, or do you, from a guitar perspective?
From a guitar perspective, probably this. I really, I like his solo stuff a lot. I think that Unplugged MTV Unplugged album is friggin' really good. Spoilers for whenever we do that. But I'll probably say this is from a guitar perspective, probably his best era.
Yeah. Also, Blind Faith, for what it's worth, is also Ginger Baker and Eric Clapton. So if anyone likes Cream, check that album out. It's very good. And Steve Winwood, who is a very slept-on musician, in my opinion, very good singer and keyboard player. But CPH, what do you think about Cream?
I love Cream, man. This album is friggin' amazing in my opinion. I think it's like it's so chaotic. Like kind of listening to the different instruments, not listening to, if you listening to a song, but you really solo out Ginger Baker on the drums, or you really solo out Clapton. It's so impressive to me how they're all going crazy. Like, I mean, this is the first supergroup, but it's just they're all so skilled, and it's like surprising how it works. It's fascinating to me.
Yeah, we've been listening to a lot of 60s albums. I just gotta say, dude, like this era of rock music, like what else do we cover from this era? We had Crosby, Stills and Nash. What else? Love, I guess.
Love.
But they're not
yeah.
really like classic rock. They're more of an underground.
Yeah.
Have we done anything else from
The
this era?
Temptations.
Yeah, but that's different. But like,
Kind of Zeppelin too, but also not really.
yeah, I would count it. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
year after this.
What
but
year was the AC/DC album?
that was like
79.
79.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But just listening to these like late 60s rock albums, I would just really reminded me how much I love this era of rock music. Like, it is like you can make a argument like that is the peak of creativity as far as just like you had these guys that were just so damn Zeppelin and Cream and even like Crosby, Stills and Nash, although they were doing something different. Like the sound of these albums, the songwriting and the performances, everyone was just like, it was just such a great era.
Again, I do really, really like the the experimentation that was going on. I really respect that, especially from guys. I mean, anybody, I guess, theoretically could just sit down and make a bunch of weird noises on a guitar, but A, they're making it musical, and B, they also have an opportunity to release it. Like
Right.
especially back in the early '60s, or the late '60s, that was very, very hard. Now anybody can just upload anything to SoundCloud or whatever for basically free. But like back in the day, like this, like you did not get opportunities to go in a studio and record your stuff.
Yeah,
so
they were like living and breathing it.
yeah. So in order to get to that point and still try a bunch of new stuff, I think that's very, very commendable. And it did work at times, and it didn't work at other times. But I'm always gonna, give people credit there. when they try
Favorite
new
and
stuff.
least favorite song, I'll go. White Room has got to be my favorite. I mean, it's just so damn good. Such a great song. Least favorite, sorry, Press Rat and Warthog. Sorry.
Favorite, Deserted Cities of the Heart. Least favorite, Atonal Apples. Pressed Rat and Warthog.
My favorite, I don't even know. Both of these White Room and Deserted Cities of the Heart are both phenomenal songs. Love them both. My least favorite, definitely not Press Rat and Warthog. That song is awesome. But I'd say I don't even know. There's no song on this album that I disliked. I'd say probably Toad, just because it's the less likely for me to go back and listen to, because it's just a long drum solo. But still, I mean, this whole album is just amazing.
Yeah, nothing on even Press Rat and Warthog. It didn't really, Warthog didn't really bother me. Like, it's fine. It's kind of like comedic to a sense, but
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't
it wasn't like horrible.
it wasn't the worst
It
song
was
I've ever
weird.
heard, but I will not listen to it again. Probably.
I
Yeah.
really enjoy when bands like this will throw something in where it's just like, what the heck? It's kind of silly. And the more you listen to it, in my opinion, the more you're able to enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, do you guys think this is a overrated, underrated, or properly rated album?
I want to say it's properly rated just because I feel like it's held at quite a high standard. I don't really know, to be honest with you. But this album is amazing. It definitely deserves to be in the top 300 greatest of all time.
I think this album probably is underrated, mainly because I feel like when people think of Cream albums, they usually think of Disraeli Gears, as like the album. And I could be wrong about that, but I
think you're right.
I think
yeah.
I think that's kind of the general consensus. And from what I remember, it's been a while since I listened to that album, but from what I remember, this album is probably better than that. Not that album's bad,
Yeah.
but I really like the decision to include some of the live songs. Like, that's usually what they do on some like bullshit like super deluxe version that they
Right.
released in
It's
2003.
different
hate
when
that
it's like
shit.
part of the package. You
But
feel
it's
like
part of the
the
package.
story.
It's part of the package, part of the story, and this is how they did it back in the day. So, like, this is how they released the album
And
originally.
they were probably the first band to really be like, no, check out our live stuff.
Right. And I think that's really cool, too. So, honestly, I'd say it's underrated.
I agree. I think this album is underrated. I think this album, like, I think it shows, like, these aren't just three blues rock doofuses who jam out on their instruments. Like, although that is what I think is their best stuff. Like, as you said, is like a really example of, like, them stepping outside the box. Even on, like, Passing the Time. Deserted Cities of the Heart is, like, Like, there's a lot of cool stuff on here that I think nowadays, like, people don't. You never hear any like younger rock fans. It's always like Jimi Hendrix, Zeppelin, right? And for good reason.
Yeah.
They're both amazing. But like Cream, in my mind, they're like. I'm not gonna say I like them more than Zeppelin because I don't, but they're up there, and the formula's there for what would happen for years up until like really like the 2000s of far as like rock bands go. Like even like you could trace like grunge music back to Cream.
Oh, absolutely.
Like you absolutely could. I think it's underrated. I agree. Like I think this is. I haven't listened to Disraeli Gears in a while, but I think I would take this album any day over that.
Yeah.
It's just so much cool. And I'll be honest, I love if there's a band I like, I love double albums. Like if it's someone I really like, unless it's like an absolute disaster, like I'm like, give me more of that band. So I think this is an underrated album.
I also, to that point, I think if Cream had lasted longer, they probably would be up there with some of those bands.
And they're still up there. Like
Oh yeah, like people who know what they're like. People who know music will say Cream is like one of the most influential bands ever.
They're the cream of the crop.
Oh, settle down.
But yeah, no, I think if they had lasted more than 2.5 years, then they would be up there.
Let's give our final ratings of it then. Who wants to go first?
Not me.
I'll go.
All right, let's hear it.
My final rating, strong 8.5 out of 10, closer to 9 than an 8.
I wasn't expecting this, but I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. I think the only reason I can't give it a 10 out of 10 is I don't think this is, like, every single song is essential to me. But the overall experience of it is so damn good, and just the quality of it is so good. It feels like an adventure, and I feel like you could really just listen to this album and kind of get the story of Cream. Although the two before this, Fresh Cream and Disraeli Gears, still have great songs on it, too, and they're great albums. But I love this album. This is a 9 out of 10 for me.
I'd give this album a 10 out of 10. I think this is a perfect album in my opinion. I think that I really enjoy it when I feel like you don't see this anymore with a lot of newer music. I think it's so impressive when they're able to have different sounds throughout an album, and I've definitely said this before in other videos. And just how well they can make it work. I also enjoy, even though I said, like, I mean, of course they have a harmonica song, which is like definitely not everyone's cup of tea, or they have a 15-minute drum solo song, but it makes sense and it works so well, and it's just so well put together. This is also, I read that this one, opposed to Disraeli Gears, that was recorded very quickly. Disraeli Gears, like in a few days or something.
Yeah.
But this one was, I believe, like over a year time. They were slowly recording.
So
it.
this is like most of their career they were working on this album.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
But it's just, all of it is so impressive. It's so chaotic, but it works so well.
Yeah, I mean,
I agree.
I don't even necessarily like the idea of a half studio, half live album, but they just pull it off well on this. So, final thoughts on the album and Cream, fellas?
Amazing.
Cream.
Yeah, no, they're a cool band. I mean,
They
they're
are
just
cool.
essential to rock music to me.
This was much more enjoyable than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you liked it. I when I was listening to this, I'm like, there's no way Jack wouldn't like this. This is just so
did
up
enjoy
your alley.
I
feel
did
like.
enjoy it a lot. I like
Yeah.
blues rock, man. What can I say?
Yeah,
And
I
you
did
know
too.
what?
And they say white man can't have the blues. Look at Cream.
I know that I shit on Ginger Baker, and I did it in this video, but he made me. I was a much bigger hater before.
Yeah.
I'm still a little bit of a hater. but
Jack
not
Bruce
much.
is like, he's up there for
I'm
best
waiting for Keith
bassist.
Moon. I'm waiting for Keith Moon to do that.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. No, these guys are just so damn talented, and they're good songwriters too, and they're just a hoot. And rest in peace, Jack Bruce and Ginger Baker. I know
Friends
they
of the
didn't get
channel.
along at
Friends
all.
of the channel.
They both hated each other.
Rest in peace, Eric Clapton.
Oh, he's still alive.
I know, but it's coming.
Oh, he's a friend of the
he's still
channel.
killing
Don't
it,
say
dude.
that.
No, he's
is
still playing.
Everyone's gonna die.
Yeah.
We're all gonna die one day. I don't want Eric Clapton to die, but I mean, he's pushing 90, brother.
Yeah, but I mean, what if he
Let's
gets
be real here.
Neuralink and then he becomes a robot? You never know. Because
Yeah.
then he could just.
That technology.
playing-
That technology is
I'm
not going to
I'm
be ready.
actually-
Okay, but
I'm
it might
actually
be
a
already ready and
cyborg
we just
It
don't
might
know.
be ready for us.
Also, he might have just made a deal with the devil. And
Probably.
that's why
He
got
went
such
down
good
to the
blues.
crossroads, dude.
Exactly.
So yeah. Name every person who's made a deal with the devil that's still fucking alive. CPH.
No.
Exactly, because you can't.
No, I can. I'm just not gonna.
Yeah, they're all dead at 27. It's shocking that he made it past that.
He's had a crazy life, Eric Clapton.
Yeah.
But next album we're doing is we're switching the genre and era up. It's a 90s record, and it is Low End Theory by A Tribe Called Quest.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm excited to do that.
I'm excited to do that.
I'm
Q-Tip
blues rocked
and
out,
Fife
man.
Diggy.
I need some hip hop.
Yeah.
I need some That's beatbox.
Okay.
Maybe end this song. Maybe end this video with a rap CPH.
Yo. All right, that's all I got.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. Stay tuned next week for Low End Theory by A Tribe Called Quest. Thank you.
Yeah,